At 5, a federal order preventing evictions is creating some challenges for landlords. It comes as renters are worried that programs meant to help them are running out of money.
And 13 Action News reporter Jeremy Chen spoke with a property manager. He's live with the challenges that she and others are facing. Jeremy.
Well, Todd and Tricia, Governor Sisolak's eviction moratorium is set to end on October 15th, whereas the CDC's eviction moratorium is set to end on December 31st at the end of the year. Now, this has created uncertainty for both property managers and landlords, who are both stressing to tenants to communicate with them. Landlords and property managers are still figuring out how will rent be paid, with the CDC's eviction moratorium lasting until the end of the year. Property managers like Michelle Brown say it's created the idea for some tenants that they don't need to pay rent.
That's not what anybody is saying. They're saying, there's some grace with paying rent right now.
She says the moratorium can create situations for some landlords where their tenants may owe quite a bit of money once it gets lifted.
If they've been struggling to pay rent for several months, how are you going to come up with a lump sum on a specific date?
A study from the Gwynn Center shows the rental debt in Nevada could get between $900 million to $1.1 billion if nothing is done. Brown says most tenants are actively trying to get relief.
There are a good portion of tenants, I would say most, that are looking for help and do not want to be delinquent, that, care about their credit and their rental history.
The help includes rental assistance programs. State Treasurer Zach Conine saying some providers are accepting new applications in Clark County after pausing. $50 million are allocated for the county, but he says more help is needed.
The hole is somewhere in the couple of $100 million range. Congress needs to act to get more money into states to pay for things like this.
Shante Bushner is also getting help from the program for her rent. She says tenants should try to work with their landlords on creating a plan and applying for the programs. Bushner also believes,
definitely don't not do anything. That's the worst thing that you could do. The main thing is to stay in contact with your landlord.
Brown encourages tenants to have conversations with their landlords.
That the questions that we're asking them is not to harass them. It is simply to be able to pass on information to the homeowner so they can also make a plan.
Now, as far as evictions, they can still happen, but they have to happen under a few categories. That includes possibly damaging property in terms of the tenant, as well as the tenant threatening the health and safety of other tenants in their complex. Now, we do have a link to the rental assistance program available on our website at ktnv.com. Jeremy Chen, 13 Action News.